Parents, stop for a moment. What I'm about to say can shape the future of your children. Do you know how many Jewish children grow up to become successful? Almost all of them. And how many children, on average, reach real success? Very few. What's the difference? Not genes, not money. Upbringing. Only upbringing. My name is Mohammed. I'm a Jewish man in my 70s. I am the father of 4 children and the grandfather of 8 grandchildren. And I will tell you something openly. All of my children are financially successful. All of my grandchildren excel in school. They are confident, capable, and happy. Is that luck? Coincidence? No. It is a system. A system of upbringing that has been refined over thousands of years. And today, I will share that system with you, step by step, so any parent can apply it. But first, a hard truth. Most parents, without realizing it, raise weak adults. Yes, weak. They love their children, they want the best for them, but they do everything wrong. And 20 years later, they ask, why hasn't my child found their path? Why are they still dependent? Why don't they want to study or work? Because from the very beginning, you trained them incorrectly. I see it every day. Bright, talented young people. But by 30, they are lost, stuck in jobs they hate, complaining about life, blaming everyone else. Meanwhile, my children at 30 owned businesses, homes, and had financial freedom. Why? Because I taught them correctly from early childhood. And it begins with one simple rule we teach from the age of 3. One rule that changes everything. I will reveal it, but first, you must understand why modern parenting fails. Look at parents today. They buy their child everything they ask for. They finish their homework for them. They solve every problem. They protect them from every difficulty. They call it love. In reality, it is destruction. You are raising a fragile, helpless adult. Because when that child grows up, mother will not run to fix their problems. Father will not complete their work. And they will not know how to stand on their own. The result? An adult who blames everyone else. The government, the boss, the parents, society, anyone but themselves. Jewish children are different, completely different. Why? Because we raise them on 3 pillars. And now I will explain each one. Pillar 1, respect for knowledge. Listen carefully. This is the foundation. In a Jewish home, education is not just important, it is sacred. From birth, a child sees their parents reading books every single day. Not scrolling on phones, not watching endless television. Reading. The home is filled with books, not as decoration, but as tools. Every evening, without exception, there is family reading time. A parent reads aloud. Then, at dinner, the family discusses. What do you think about this character? What would you have done? What did this story teach you? The child learns to think, to analyze, to form opinions. Now look at modern evenings. Father is on his phone. Mother is on social media. The child is in video games. No conversation. No intellectual growth. My father read to me every night until I was 14. Yes, 14. Even after I could read myself. Because it was not just reading, it was connection, discussion, thinking together. And because of that, I loved learning, not from pressure, but from genuine interest. I was at the top of my class, not because I was forced, because I was curious. My classmates, they were pressured, punished for bad grades, shamed. So they studied out of fear. And once school ended, they never opened another book. I, however, studied my entire life, university, courses, seminars, books, continuous development. That gave me an advantage that never disappeared. I was always one step ahead. Pillar 2, financial intelligence. Now, pay attention. This is what most families never teach. Jewish children understand money from the age of 5. Not because we are poor, but because we teach respect. The system is simple. It is called the 3 jars. When a child receives allowance, it doesn't matter how small, it is divided immediately into 3 parts. 1 part, spend now. 1 part, save for a dream. 1 part, help others. For example, 30% spend freely. Candy, toys, small pleasures. 50% saved toward a larger goal. A bicycle, a computer, something meaningful. 20% is given to charity once a month.
Do you see the genius? The child learns 3 essential truths. You can enjoy money, but not all of it. Big goals require patience, and sharing is a responsibility. What do most parents do? They give money, the child spends it immediately. No structure, no planning. The result? An adult living paycheck to paycheck. No savings, debt, impulse spending. My children by 20 had savings because they had been saving since they were 5. But that is not all. From the age of 7, a child must begin earning money. Yes, earning. Not all chores are paid. This is critical. Basic responsibilities, cleaning their room, washing their own dishes, organizing their belongings, are not paid. That is part of being a family member. But extra tasks are paid. Wash the car, help bake for an event, yard work, tutor a younger sibling. The principle is simple. More effort equals more money. This teaches a fundamental truth. Money equals work. My children valued every dollar because they earned it. Today, many children receive everything instantly. Want a phone? Here. Want a toy? Here. Then they grow up confused when employers don't hand them money simply for existing. Pillar 3. Radical responsibility. This is the most important pillar. From childhood, a Jewish child learns one truth. You are responsible for your life. If you fail a test, you did not prepare enough. If you argue with a friend, you did not handle it well. If you lack money, you must increase your value. No excuses, no victim mentality. My father told me, in your life, only one person is responsible for your results. That person looks back at you in the mirror. That sentence shaped my life. When I failed an exam, I did not blame the teacher. I said, I must study better. When something didn't work, I did not say, impossible. I said, I don't know how yet. That mindset builds strength. Modern children are often trained to blame. Bad grade? Teacher's fault. No friends? Others are mean. No money? Parents didn't give enough. But if everyone else is responsible, you are powerless, and powerless people never succeed. Practical techniques. Technique number 1, the evening question. Every single evening at dinner, ask your child, what did you learn today? Not, how was school? That produces one word, fine. What did you learn requires thinking. Maybe a math formula, maybe how to handle a conflict, maybe something from a book. For 18 years, I asked this question every night. At first, they answered reluctantly. Then they began searching each day for something worth sharing. It created a mindset. Life is continuous learning, and they still live that way. Technique number 2, the 3 jars step by step. Buy 3 clear jars. Transparency matters. The child must see growth. Label them, spend now, save for a dream, help others. Ask the child what dream they want to save for. Let them choose. Calculate together how long it will take. Each time they receive money, divide it immediately. Once a week, count the savings together. Celebrate progress. Once a month, give the charity jar together. Within 6 months, you will see change. Patience grows, discipline grows, confidence grows. And when they reach their goal, something powerful happens. They realize, I set a goal and I achieved it. That belief is priceless.
Technique 3, paid extra responsibilities. Now, let's be clear. Cleaning your own room? Basic responsibility. Washing your own dishes? Basic. Folding your own clothes? Basic. Doing your homework? That is your responsibility for your own future. These are not paid. They are part of being a member of the family. What is paid? Washing the family car, cleaning the shared yard, helping prepare a big family dinner, tutoring a younger sibling, taking out the elderly neighbor's trash, watering all the plants in the house. Do you see the difference? Basic responsibilities are free because that's life. Extra contribution is paid because that's work. My children earned the equivalent of extra money each week on top of their allowance, and they were proud of it. They decided what to save for, they felt capable, and most importantly, they absorbed one simple truth. If you want more, you do more. Technique 4, the rules of failure. This technique shapes a child's relationship with mistakes. When a child fails a test, falls off a bike, argues with a friend, breaks something, what do most parents do? They scold. "I told you so. You never listen. You're so careless." The child feels ashamed, feels stupid, afraid to try again. We do the opposite. We don't shame. We ask questions. What happened? What did this teach you? What will you do differently next time? Failure becomes a lesson. Failed a math test? What did you learn about your preparation? Fell off the bike? What did you understand about speed in that turn? Argued with a friend? Which words shouldn't have been said? What could you do differently? The child learns to analyze, not to label themselves as bad. Let me tell you a real story. My son Daniel was 12. He had an important math exam. He didn't prepare seriously. He played with friends instead. He failed. He came home in tears. I wanted to scold him, truly I did. But instead, I asked calmly, "Daniel, what did you learn about yourself today?" He was silent. Then he said, "I didn't prepare enough." "And what will you do next time?" "I'll prepare better." "How long should you prepare for the next exam?" He thought. 2 weeks, 1 hour every day. Good. Make a plan. Follow it. Let's see. He made the plan. He studied 1 hour every day for 2 weeks. He got an A on the next exam. But the grade was not the important thing. The important thing was this. He made the decision himself. That builds strength. Now listen carefully. The fatal parenting mistakes. These destroy a child's future. Mistake number 1. You must become a doctor. Parents push their own unfinished dreams onto their children. The mother wanted to become a doctor. It didn't happen. Now she forces her daughter into medicine. The father dreamed of engineering. It failed. Now the son must do it. But maybe the child loves art or music or robotics, and the parents say, "That's not serious. Choose a real profession." So the child bends, breaks themselves, studies without passion, works in a job they hate, and later resents their parents. We do it differently. We observe. What excites the child? What comes naturally? Where do they lose track of time? Then we help them grow in that direction. My grandson, David, loved building with Lego from age 5, hours and hours creating complex models. His mother could have said, "Enough playing, go study letters." She didn't. She bought him more building sets. Later, she enrolled him in robotics classes. Today, he is 14. He's building apps. He's already earning his first money from programming. Why? Because no one crushed his curiosity. Mistake number 2. Move aside, I'll do it faster. The child tries to help, wash dishes, cook, fix something, and the parent says, "You're too slow, you'll break it, I'll do it." So the child steps back, stops trying, learns that others will handle everything. Then at 20, they can't cook a simple meal. At 30, they can't fix a basic problem. They call their mother for help. We do the opposite. Yes, the child is slow. Yes, they may break a plate. Yes, they may waste ingredients, but they're learning. It is better to spend 1 hour teaching a skill than 20 years supporting an incapable adult. I taught my children everything: cooking, cleaning, fixing things, doing laundry. It was harder, it was slower, but when they left home at 18, they were fully independent. Their friends were calling their mothers asking how to boil pasta. At 18, that is not independence. Mistake number 3. We don't have money. Parents constantly complain about money in front of their children. We can't afford this, we're broke, when will this poverty end? The child absorbs this like a sponge. A poverty mindset forms. We are poor, there's never enough, it will always be this way. We never complain about money in front of children. If we cannot buy something, we say it differently. If we can't buy something, We don't say, we don't have money. We say, we're saving for something more important right now. It's not one of our priorities at the moment. We could afford it, but we believe there's a better use for this money. Do you see the difference? The first is complaint, victim mentality, powerlessness. The second is choice, strength, control. My children grew up with the mindset, money exists, we manage it wisely, not we are poor. Mistake number 4, don't stand out, be like everyone else. Parents are afraid their child will be different. What will people say? Don't draw attention. That's not how it's done. So they clip their child's wings. They suppress individuality. They turn a bright personality into gray conformity. And the result? An adult who is afraid to be themselves, afraid to stand out, afraid to ask for a raise, afraid to shine. We teach the opposite. Be yourself. Stand out. Let the world know who you are. My son once wanted to wear bright clothes. Other parents told me, he'll look ridiculous. I supported him. Let him express himself. Today, he is a confident, successful entrepreneur. He's not afraid of visibility, not afraid of leadership. Meanwhile, many of those who were taught, don't stand out, work jobs they dislike and are afraid to ask for more. Real stories, real results. Story 1. My son, Daniel. From age 5, 3 jars. From age 7, earning his own money. From age 12, the evening question every day. He grew up in an atmosphere of respect for knowledge, books, discussions, constant growth. He excelled in school, not a bookworm, but balanced, played sports, captain of his soccer team. At 16, he built his first website and earned his first real money. I was proud, but not surprised. That is how it should be. At 21, he graduated with honors. At 23, he opened his first IT company. At 25, he led a team of 10. Today, he is 32. His company generates millions annually. He is married, has 2 children, is financially free, and is raising his children using the same system. My grandchildren come to me and say, Grandpa, we use the 3 jars too. The system works across generations. Story 2. My niece, Sarah, the artist. Sarah grew up in my brother's family. She was creative from the beginning. At 3 years old, she drew on everything, walls, notebooks, even furniture. At first, her parents scolded her. I told my brother, she's not misbehaving, she's searching for herself. Don't kill her talent. He listened. They bought her an easel, paints, brushes, enrolled her in art classes. Basic supplies were provided, but expensive materials, she had to save for them herself. At 7, she started drawing greeting cards and selling them to neighbors. She saved for professional paints and canvases. By 10, she was painting pet portraits. Neighbors lined up to have their cats and dogs painted. Her parents never said, stop drawing, go study math. They supported her, bought art books, took her to exhibitions, created an environment. At 14, she sold her first major painting. She was ecstatic. It was her money, earned from her talent. Today, she is 28, a successful artist. Her works hang in galleries. She earns a strong income doing what she loves. She is fulfilled, grateful, thriving. And she could easily have been forced into accounting, told that art isn't a real profession.
Story 3. Misha, not from a Jewish family. This is important because the system works for any child. Misha was 8. Poor grades, no interest in anything except his computer. His parents were desperate. Scolding didn't work. Punishment didn't work. I visited. I asked him, what interests you? He shrugged. Dinosaurs, I guess? Tell me about dinosaurs. His eyes lit up. For 30 minutes, he spoke about Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, pterodactyls. He knew facts, dates, even Latin names. I told his parents, "There is your key." They introduced the evening question. "What did you learn today?" The first week, he was silent. The second week, hesitant. The third week, he said, "I learned that Tyrannosaurus couldn't run fast because it was too heavy." His mother leaned in. "Really? Tell me more." They bought him books, then more books. Within a month, he had read 5 books voluntarily. Teachers noticed changes. He became active in class. His grades improved. Today, he is 17. He plans to study paleontology. The hopeless student became focused and driven. Do you see the pattern? Different children, different talents, different families, one system. 3 pillars: respect for knowledge, financial literacy, and personal responsibility. 4 techniques: the evening question, the 3 jars, payment for extra work, and the rules of failure. It works. 2 possible futures. Imagine 10 years have passed. Scenario 1. You change nothing. You buy everything they ask for. You solve their problems. You scold mistakes. You complain about money. At 18, your child doesn't know what they want. Goes to college because that's what you do. Studies without interest. At 23, they get a degree they don't care about. Work a job they dislike. Live paycheck to paycheck. Take unnecessary loans. At 30, they still depend on you. Blame the government. Blame their boss. Blame everyone. Deep inside, they blame you. Scenario 2. You start today. You implement the system. The first month feels strange. The second month, adjustment. The third, momentum. After 6 months, you see change. Your child becomes more responsible, studies from interest, not fear, sets goals, saves for something meaningful, understands the connection. Effort equals money equals dream. At 18, they are confident, self-directed. They choose their field because they want it. By 23, they are building a life they love. By 30, they are independent, stable, grateful. And one day, they say, "Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. You prepared me for life." Which future do you choose? The decision must be made today. Action plan. First month. Week 1. Start the evening question. Every night at dinner, ask, "What did you learn today?" No pressure, just consistency. Week 2. Buy 3 jars. Label them "Spend Now," "Save for a Dream," and "Give." Let them choose a goal. Calculate together. Celebrate the first deposit. Week 3. Create a list of paid extra tasks. Make the rules clear. Basic responsibilities are not paid. Extra work is. Week 4. Apply the rules of failure. When they fail, ask, "What happened? What did you learn? What will you do differently?" Resist the urge to scold. But there is one condition: consistency. Every evening, every payment divided into jars, every mistake turned into a lesson. No skipping, no "we'll start Monday." That is how strong children are raised. I am over 70 years old. I raised 4 children and 8 grandchildren, all independent, all fulfilled. This is not luck. It is a system, ancient, proven. You do not need to be Jewish to apply it. You need to be a wise parent who thinks about the future, not just today's comfort. It is easier to give everything, yes. It is harder to teach patiently, yes. But patience builds strength. I made my choice 40 years ago. I have never regretted it. Make yours today. Call your child and tell them, starting today, we begin a new chapter. I will teach you to value knowledge, to manage money, and to take responsibility for your life. Together, we will build your future. Start tonight, and 1 year from now, you will look back with gratitude. I am an old father and grandfather sharing ancient wisdom with you. May your children grow strong, successful, and free. If this message helped you, support the channel, share it with other parents, and continue learning. Your children can become the pride of your family. Start today.